Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please may we rise to receive the Vice Chancellor's procession. The Vice Chancellor is led into the auditorium by the Deputy Registrar Senate Matters, Mr. Mondi Iyere. The procession comprises of the College of Sciences, Deans of Faculty, Director of Academic Programs and Institutes, the Inaugural Lecturer, Principal Officers of the University, and the Vice Chancellor. Procession.
After the program, our episode, after the streaming. I don't tamper with this camera. back. Just go back.
The Vice Chancellor, the very distinguished and President Professor Lilian Martin Salami, other principal officers of the university, provost, deans, and directors, professors emeritus, other professors and present, some government functionaries, your Royal Highnesses, staff and students, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure this afternoon to welcome you to today's inaugural lecture. This is the 269th in the inaugural lecture series of the university, to be delivered by Professor Iyere Osolase, Onoagbe, a distinguished professor of biochemistry, on the topic diabetes mellitus, cure prospects. May I now invite the registrar, Mr. Mellitus, FCI, to introduce the Vice Chancellor and members of the Vice Chancellor's procession.
Madam Vice Chancellor, kindly allow me to abide by the established protocol. In honor and evidence, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to present to us the principal officers of this university, ably led by very distinguished amazing in the world of academia and the management of the university system. The number one citizen of campus, the chairperson, Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Federal Universities, and the Vice President, Association of African Universities, AAU. Please, let's put our hands together for distinguished Professor Lilian. The Vice Chancellor is ably supported by eminent academics, and first on the list is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, a professor of medicine, renowned one for that matter, Professor Mrs. Catherine Obowan. We have a renowned pharmacist, thank God the President of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria is also very much here. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Ray Osolase. In that same mode, we have the Professor of Pharmacology, who is also the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Ekewa campus, a campus that has a lot of historical meanings to this university. Professor B.A. Iyere. The sponsor of this university has proceeded on an assignment, a national assignment, in his capacity as the national chairman of Bosses Association of Nigeria. Was ably represented here by a member of council and a very senior deputy bosser in the boss group of this university, Mr. G.O. Osadolo. The librarian is very much here his own capacity, the custodian of our books and scholarly publication, Professor Luke O. Babasui. We have no longer that branch, but he's still a brand on his own, the provost of a very reputable College of Medical Sciences, Professor Winston Sado. The Dean School of Postgraduate Studies is represented by Dr. S.A. Aliu. Dr. Iyere is representing the Dean Student Affairs. We have representing the Dean of Agriculture, Professor J.M. Omoyaki. We have a foreigner and a Nigerian at the same time, presiding over the Faculty of Arts as the Dean, Professor S.C. Buchan. Professor F.O. Akoreyo is to do some washing and lead other things that I will introduce in succession, who has just been returned to the School of Basic Medical Sciences as the Dean, Professor Akoreyo F.O. Representing the Dean School of Dentistry is Dr. E.T. Bodaya. The Dean Faculty of Education, who is the presiding dean over our Vice Chancellor, Professor K.O. Amorokiwa. But if the Vice Chancellor directs, I sent some suitable letters to you. I hope you will now know whether it's the Vice Chancellor in the head or the Dean of Life Sciences, who is also coming in a very powerful way for second time, Professor Jerry Oru. We have with us a brand new team coming in a very reputable Faculty of Law. He's also a member of the University Governing Council representing communication, Professor I.O. Amori. We have Professor E.L. Dabo, the outgoing Dean, Faculty of Management Sciences, who will be handing over friends after successful training. Professor A. Okpara is a brand new Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy. The Director of Distance Learning Program of this university is Professor C.O. Emokaro. Director Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Professor V.O. Ikeneweka is also here. Professor Hassan Oyena is the Director Center for Educational Technology. He is very much there. Like I said, blessed are those who have not seen yet believe. Believe that it's there, truly, it's there. We have Professor A.E. Owe, the Director of IBTTO Office of this university. And there's someone in the secondary school, if I will get you. And they are very tall. I don't know who is taller than you, but I know one is bigger in size. Professor O.J. Onoagbe is the director responsible of excellence. The director of our new Center for University Advancement Office, Professor Iyere, is also here too. They call him NG Iyere, is very popular with NG. Dr. Mrs. I.F. Iyere is the Acting Director, Institute of Education of this university. Dr. Onoagbe is the Acting Director of IBAE's office. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, leading the back into the auditorium is Mr. Monday, the Deputy Registrar in charge of selling orders. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the lecturer today is very well known to the Vice Chancellor, but even apart from that, the Vice Chancellor has a duty to perform. It is therefore my singular honor and privilege to call on the Vice Chancellor to present the inaugural lecturer. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 269th in the inaugural lecture series of the great University of Benin. Today's lecture is the 41st to be delivered in my tenure as the Vice Chancellor. The 6th in the Department of Biochemistry. That the 2021-2022 academic session has started, and clearance for 100 level students is ongoing in most of the faculties, schools, as well as institutes. I want to use this opportunity to thank all stakeholders for their cooperation in ensuring the successful completion of the immediate past academic session, and urge you all in the same spirit to ensure the same with the current session. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce our lecturer for today. He is Professor Iyere Osolase. The title of his lecture is Diabetes Mellitus, Cure Prospects. Professor Onoagbe was born in Mokwa, Niger State on 22nd January 1953 to Chief Isaac Eremokai and Mrs. Mary Onoagbe, both of Blessed Mary, of Iyere in Esan Local Government Area Central of Edo State. He began his primary school education in 1960 at Apapa Baptist School, Lagos, and completed it in 1966 at David's Anglican Primary School, Ilua. He has secondary school in anyway, Catholic Church, Iwa. Annunciation Catholic College, Iwa, where he obtained, I know a lot of you are from that school, that's why, yes. Where he obtained West African School Certificate in 1971 and attended Edo College, Benin City for his higher school certificate, HSC. He thereafter gained admission to the University of Lagos in 1975 and graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Biochemistry, second class upper division in 1979. In furtherance of his educational pursuit, Professor Onoagbe studied at the University of Manchester, United Kingdom from 1981 to 1985 for his PhD degree. On completion of his PhD program, he was recruited by the management of the University of Benin, where I met him some years back, as a lecturer. He served here till June 1990, where he transferred his services to the University of Benin as a senior lecturer. He rose through the ranks to the position of a professor in October 1999. Primary research focus is in the area of toxicology and anti-diabetic properties of some Nigerian medicinal plants used for the treatment of diabetes mellitus. Professor Onoagbe has held several administrative positions within and outside the University of Benin, some of which include postgraduate course coordinator of Biochemistry Department, University of Benin from 1990 to 1992, head of Department of Biochemistry, University of Benin from 2004 to 2007, and internal examiner to several PhD candidates in the Department of Biochemistry, University of Benin. Professor Onoagbe has served in many committees and several visitation teams for the accreditation of academic programs in Nigerian University, as well as served as external examiner to several universities. He is a recipient of several awards and grants, such as Federal Government of Nigeria Scholarship Award for Undergraduate Study, University of Manchester Scholarship Award for Postgraduate Study, Overseas Research Students Award for Postgraduate Study Award by the Committee of Vice Chancellor of British Universities. Professor Iyere has over 450 scientific publications in global, national, and international journals. He has successfully supervised and produced 16 PhD students, 10 MPhil, and countless Masters of Science graduates. He's currently supervising his last batch of 6 PhD students. He has attended many conferences, both within and outside Nigeria, at which he has presented successfully over 50 papers. Professor Onoagbe belongs to several professional bodies and associations, such as member, Editorial Advisory Board of Bioscience, Research Communication, member, Editorial Board of Nigerian Journal of Experimental and Applied Biology, member, Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. He has been profiled as Marcus Who is Who in the world and in the Who is Who in Science and Engineering. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Professor Onoagbe has passion for playing table tennis and a devout Christian. It is my pleasure to singularly present to you these giants of lecturers. Professor Iyere Osolase.
The topic of my inaugural lecture is Diabetes Mellitus, Cure Prospects. First and foremost, I wish to express my profound gratitude to the Almighty God for the gift of life. Next, I wish to thank the Vice Chancellor for giving approval for this inaugural lecture to hold. I also want to commend Madam Vice Chancellor for the aesthetic facelift of the University of Benin. These days, when I walk around the campus, I tend to think I'm abroad. Vice Chancellor for transforming the University of Benin into a mini London. My appreciation also goes to the universities of Maiduguri and Benin for the privilege of a career in academia. My appointment as a lecturer by these two institutions have afforded me the opportunity to impart knowledge in several aspects of biochemistry and indeed in my area of research. In the past 37 years or so, I have conducted research on the safety and efficacy of some indigenous medicinal plants used by Nigerians to treat diabetes mellitus. This area is my comfort zone in diabetes mellitus research. Numerous postgraduates have actively participated in this research endeavor over the years as my project students. So far, I have successfully supervised and produced 16 PhD, 10 MPhil, and innumerable MSc graduates, as the Vice Chancellor has already mentioned. Currently, I am supervising my last batch of 6 PhD students. By the time they are through, my total tally of supervised PhD graduates will increase from 16 to 22. I currently have more than 150 peer-reviewed articles in reputable journals. My target is 200. I'm not retiring from research until I hit that target. I shall properly acknowledge my past and present research students at the appropriate time in the course of this lecture. Why did I choose to undertake research in diabetes mellitus? I made a foray into this area of research for several reasons. There is no cure yet for diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is a global disease, and over 500 million people are currently living with the ailment. mellitus claimed 7 million lives worldwide in 2021. This figure translates to 1 death every 5 seconds. Indeed, the disease is one of the top 10 causes of death globally. Personally, I have lost loved ones, including relatives, friends, colleagues, and neighbors to diabetes mellitus. The disease is traumatic, debilitating, economically burdensome, and very deadly. Sufferers are also prone to strokes, heart attacks, end-stage renal failure, hypertension, and limb amputation due to ulceration of the foot. The current orthodox therapies for the disease are palliatives. They neither produce a cure nor do they preclude the development of the long-term complications of this disease. It is therefore pertinent to ask this all-important question: is a cure for diabetes mellitus probable? In other words, what are the prospects of a cure for this disease? Indeed, the title of this inaugural lecture derives from this dialectical question. In my humble opinion, the prospects of a cure for this age-long affliction are very bright indeed. The reasons for my optimistic outlook will unfold in the course of this lecture. What is diabetes mellitus? Diabetes mellitus is a disorder of carbohydrate, protein, and lipid metabolism that is signposted by chronic hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia develops in diabetes mellitus as a result of a deficiency in insulin, which may be absolute or relative, or due to resistance by tissue cells to insulin action. And this is what is known as insulin resistance. The pancreas serves as a biochemical sensor of blood glucose. The release of insulin into the bloodstream signals the body cells to take up and utilize the excess blood glucose after a meal. Types of diabetes mellitus: there are 2 major types of the disease, type 1 and type 2 diabetes mellitus. The minor forms of the disease include pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, monogenic diabetes, and cystic fibrosis-related diabetes, Mator 2004. Type 1 diabetes mellitus is known as an autoimmune disease. In other words, it is the immune system of the individual that attacks and destroys the beta cells of that person. Type 2 diabetes is characterized by the inability of the tissues to respond to insulin action, a condition referred to as insulin resistance. Complications of diabetes mellitus. The complications include diabetic retinopathy. Diabetic retinopathy simply means, in a medical term, damage to the retina. And it is for this reason that a lot of diabetic patients, if not properly managed, do end up with blindness. Diabetic neuropathy, this is the damage to the neurons. And this is one of the reasons that people with diabetes end up with what is known as the diabetic foot. Then you have diabetic nephropathy. This is damage to the kidney. You also have complications of diabetes that result in the the blockage of coronary arteries. It is the blockage of coronary arteries that leads to heart attacks. Blockage of cerebral arteries will give rise to strokes, and blockage of peripheral arteries will result in what is known as the diabetic foot. So you can see examples of the diabetic foot there. This diabetic foot is usually resistant to treatment, and in most cases it leads to amputation. Presently, there is no established cure for diabetes mellitus. The primary mode of treatment of type 1 diabetes is by insulin injections. The therapeutic strategies for type 2 diabetes include healthy diet, regular exercise, oral medication, that is the use of pills, and insulin injections. Limitations of current autologous therapies. Insulin is the most popular hypoglycemic agent used clinically for the alleviation of diabetes mellitus. However, this form of treatment is beyond the reach of most diabetic patients because of the exorbitant cost of the drug. Furthermore, a good number of the oral hypoglycemic drugs, which are in current use, produce severe side effects. Consequently, all over the world, diabetics in droves are resorting to the use of medicinal plants to ameliorate their condition. Many people in Nigeria also rely on local medicinal plants for the treatment of diabetes. However, prior to our research efforts, most of the plants used by Nigerians were not scientifically evaluated. I became fascinated with medicinal plants in my adulthood due to an experience I had as a boy. I recall vividly that when I was in primary school, I think I was in primary 3 then, I took ill, I had a stomach ailment, and it got so serious that I was admitted in Zuma Memorial Hospital. While in Zuma Memorial Hospital, patients who had similar ailments started dying, and the proprietor of the hospital, that is Dr. Christopher Okoji of blessed memory, called my mother and advised her to seek traditional treatment for my seemingly hopeless situation at that time. So it was at that point my mother withdrew me from the hospital, and to cut a long story short, we eventually found a traditional man who said that my illness was not due to Ude. For many Asians, they know what Ude is, what it means. It is the treatment of Ude that makes many people from Esa land to have marks cut on their left hand side of the stomach. Yes, I actually had this cutting, and my situation was died. So at that point, my mother started making inquiries until he met a man that he described the symptoms of my illness to. And that man categorically told my mother that my ailment was not as a result of Ude. According to my mother, I'm pressed for time. I'm going to cut off a lot of interesting stories about this event. But what my mother told me was that when he told the man the nature of my illness, the man said she should give him 5 minutes of dairy bath. He went into his garden, plucked some leaves. In her presence, she produced an extract from that leaf, turned it into a Coke bottle, and gave it to my mother to give to me to drink And she told my mother that I was to take the drink in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. It was this small Coke bottle of those days. I know many of the younger ones who didn't need that Coke bottle. I think we are all conversant with the plastic Coke bottle. Right? So, in fact, my mother asked the man, when should she come for a refill? And the man said, no, there will be no need for you to come for a refill. And I wish I could move around. Because when I remember the effect this medicine had on me, you know, I started the medication in the afternoon, then I took it in the evening, but by the next morning, in fact, within 24 hours, I come back. And then, you know, just to, I don't have to tell you. I need to tell you this so that people will have confidence in us. By the time I got to when I had this problem when I was in primary. When I was in country school, my junior sister, what happened to her? And she had fever, and then she became paralyzed. She was completely paralyzed. She had to crawl. She was already in primary school. You know, so my mother, I'm going to call this very short. My mother had to take her in Inaugural. And indeed, first of all, my mother did not take her to Iyere immediately. She also was admitted in Memorial Hospital, where she spent 6 months, and her condition completely worsened. So, when my mother removed her from the Memorial Hospital, and she took her to Western, it's a part of Inaugural, and my sister stayed with the man that treated her for 2 good years. I want my sister at this point to stand up, let me recognize you. She was really so that was how my sister was completely well. You know? So our people do have effective medicine, no doubt about it. I became fascinated with medicinal plants in my adulthood due to an experience I had as a young boy. I and my junior sister's miraculous recoveries from medically certified incurable diseases after taking herbal medication. The extraordinary efficacy of the traditional therapies made a lasting impression on me. I have developed genuine faith and confidence in the curative and life-saving power of medicinal plants. Thus, my decision to veer into my current area of research was informed by my fascination with the incredible healing power of medicinal plants. These are some of the medicinal plants we looked at. Some of them. I began the research work on the use of medicinal plants in diabetes mellitus in 1986. Before getting down to business, I first of all went to town to inquire about the medicinal plants commonly used by Nigerians to treat this disease. My ethnobotanical survey of anti-diabetic plants uncovered 21 indigenous medicinal plants. Consequently, I decided right from the outset to subject each and every one of the 21 medicinal plants to detailed scientific evaluations with a view to providing information on their usefulness as anti-diabetic remedies. To achieve this objective, we set out to measure the following parameters in respect of each of the medicinal plants in 3 stages as follows. Stage 1. We carried out a preliminary study, and this study involved the determination of approximate composition, elemental composition, phytochemical constituents, hypoglycemic status, acute toxicity profile, subchronic toxicity profile, isolation of phytochemicals, assessment of plant extract and isolated phytochemicals for anti-diabetic effects in cytosine-induced diabetic animals. Stage 2. That's the end of stage 1. Stage 2. Alpha amylase activities of pancreas, serum and urine were determined. Serum lipid profile was assessed. Hormonal profile, bioactivity guided fractionation of extras for identification and structural elucidation of their bioactive compounds by the use of techniques such as TLC, GLC, HPLC, GCMS, NMR, FT, IR, and so on and so forth. Stage 3. Evaluation of plant extracts and isolated phytochemicals for insulinotropic activity in diabetic animals. Gene expression studies in diabetic animals treated with plant extracts and isolated phytochemicals. And lastly, under stage 3, we carried out, this is a new development in the field of science. The technique is known as bioinformatics studies. We also did it. And the last stage of our work is going to be clinical trials. So this is the very last thing, and this is the only aspect of the work that we have not yet done. Overall, the focus of this research study was the toxicological, anti-diabetic, insulinotropic, and insulin gene sensitivity evaluation of some indigenous medicinal plants used by Nigerians for the medication of diabetes mellitus. Our research efforts used established as well as designed and validated experimental protocols to answer our research questions. We also collaborated with top-notch laboratories within and outside Nigeria. Phytochemicals were identified, quantified, and extracted from some of the plant parts in this study. This includes saponins, tannins, flavonoids, polyphenol, anthraquinone, cardiac glycosides, terpenoids, alkaloids, phyllobutanoids, and steroidal and triterpenoids. phenoidal saponate. I'm happy I did that my talk. Biochemical rich extracts were also subjected to further characterization by chromatography and spectroscopic techniques such as Fourier transform infrared, high performance liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry, and gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. Toxicological evaluation of the medicinal plants involved acute and subchronic toxicity determinations. The acute and subchronic toxicity effects of the plant extract were assessed in normal non-diabetic Western amino rats by standard established procedures. Virtually all the investigated medicinal plants produce significant hypoglycemic effects in extract-treated animals. Toxicological evaluation shows that these medicinal plants are not harmful to Western amino rats, even at concentrations as high as 5,000 milligrams per kilogram body weight. The we're on the research outcomes now. These are our results. That's what I'm discussing now. The anti-diabetic properties of the medicinal plant extracts were assessed by monitoring their effects in a variety of the indices of the diabetic state, namely hyperglycemia, hyperlipidemia, hypertension, obesity, inflammation, and aberrations in lipid, hormonal, antioxidant, and cardiovascular profiles, as well as the status of some metabolic enzymes involved in carbohydrate metabolism. The effects of the extracts on insulinotropic status and insulin gene function, as well as the histological profile of treated and controlled animals, were also examined. All the plant extracts positively affected all the indices of diabetes mellitus. For example, the administration of the extract to diabetic rats evoked significant reduction in glucose concentration in comparison to untreated diabetic animals. The extract also significantly decreased inflammatory markers, namely tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin 6 and 1 beta, cortisol, as well as cardiac markers such as protein kinase, lactate dehydrogenase, and high sensitive C-reactive proteins. A few of the medicinal plants completely reversed the state of diabetes of the extract-treated diabetic animals. In other words, to put it in plain language, these extracts cured the diabetic animals of diabetes. Histological analysis of the pancreas of the animals that experienced full recovery indicated a resurgence and proliferation of the beta cells. So all the animals that recovered, we noticed that there was regeneration of the beta cells. And it is the beta cells that secrete insulin. And it is the lack of insulin that produces diabetes mellitus. Thus, these particular plants possess curative active ingredients for diabetes mellitus. Furthermore, virtually all the medicinal plants. Okay, so we go to the diagrams now. And okay, let's start with this figure. And this is where we determine the structure of some of the active ingredients in our the assistant is not showing here. Now, the figure 5, the effect of failure gamma on glucose concentration. Now, if you look at the very tall figure there, that's this one. This is the untreated. That's the untreated diabetic animal. And if you look towards the right hand side, you see that color line. This one I'm showing you, which is the treated diabetic animal. So you can see very considerable and significant reduction in blood glucose concentration. This figure shows the effect of failure gamma on insulin and testosterone concentration in cerebrospinal diabetic rat. Again, you will see that in this particular case, the treated animals produce a significant increase in insulin concentration. Okay, but the important thing, what I wanted to show there, is that the animals that were treated with insulin, our medicinal plant extract had a considerable increase in the concentration of insulin in comparison to untreated control. If you also look at testosterone, there was also a significant increase in the concentration of testosterone. Now, testosterone is a male hormone that controls sexuality. So, if somebody's testosterone is low, that person may have, you may say, is suffering from sexual dysfunction. So, you can see that our plant extract also increase the concentration of testosterone, and this is one of the problems that diabetics have. They have what we refer to as a sexual dysfunction. And then if you look at the effect on cortisol, now cortisol is a stress hormone, it's a pro-inflammatory hormone. You can see that our plant extract considerably reduce the concentration of cortisol in comparison to the untreated diabetic animal. And then, this figure I want to show you is a histological profile of the pancreas of diabetic animals that were not treated and those that were treated. On the left hand side, one labeled A, it shows normal rise, and it's showing a normal histological profile that you will expect to find in a normal animals. Now, if you go to the middle one, that is the B, the untreated diabetic rat, their pancreas completely lacks beta cells. And if you go to C, which is the extra treated diabetic rat, you will see that there is regeneration. For those who can interpret this light, there is very significant regeneration of the beta cells. Usually it is the beta cells that secrete insulin. Now Now this is the result of our gene studies, and you can also see that there was upregulation of the insulin gene. If you look at the right-hand side, it is the extract treated one that produced the highest transcriptional rate, and that is also what we observe for the second figure. So you can see that the increase in insulin concentration is marked by the upregulation of the insulin gene, because it is the insulin gene that produces the messenger RNA, which is translated to give insulin. I wish to point out that the expert, one of the experts that did our bioinformatics analysis for us, actually stole our results. This is my first experience of what is known in academia as intellectual property theft. As I mentioned, some of the investigated medicinal plants reversed the diabetes that was induced in our experimental animals. Indeed, one of the experts who assisted with technical analysis of our results was so stunned by the efficacy of this particular medicinal plant that he stole our data. And the bioinformatics expert is not from the University of Benin. Let me make that one abundantly clear. It's from another university. Indeed, this fraudulent man went to his vice chancellor and said that he had discovered a cure for diabetes mellitus. And the vice chancellor was very happy. The vice chancellor invited some drug manufacturing company, and they went into partnership for the production of a diabetic drug from our diabetic medicinal plant. We would not even have known about this, but for the fact that while publicity was given to the ceremony, that was how we got to know about it. And indeed, my postgraduate student, that this man interpreted his results, paid him a huge amount of money. So in spite of taking our money, he also stole our data. This was the first time I experienced the phenomenon popularly called intellectual property theft. Just scrupulous bioinformatics analysts who had received payment from my postgraduate student for rendered technical services patented our medicinal plant and claimed that he had discovered the cure for diabetes mellitus. Okay, so that there is an explosion in knowledge, especially scientific knowledge in our time, is incontestable. Virtually all the ground-breaking scientific discoveries and innovations that have impacted our lives so profoundly were made in the last 100 years or so. This period of time is quite recent, given that man has been on earth for thousands of years, if not millions of years. Interestingly, it was also during this 100 years or so time frame that biochemistry came into being. Indeed, no sooner after being born than biochemistry fathered one of the greatest discoveries of all time, namely the identification of DNA as the genetic and hereditary material of virtually all forms of life. The biochemical unraveling of DNA was a milestone and a historic accomplishment. DNA has revolutionized science, technology, medicine, agriculture, forensic science, etc., etc. Currently, there is tremendous activity in the area of DNA research known as gene therapy or genome editing. Gene therapy is a technique that modifies a person's gene with a view to curing the identified disease. With the rapid pace of progress in this area of research, it is my considered view that all incurable diseases, including diabetes mellitus, will be a thing of the past sooner than later. I submit that there will likely be three major routes to curing the so-called incurable diseases: diet and nutraceuticals, medicinal plants, and gene editing. I'm very sure some of you who are very young here, in your own time, you will be free from incurable diseases. Acknowledgement. I began this lecture with thanksgiving to God. I wish to begin this acknowledgement exercise by again expressing my profound gratitude to God for His unfailing love for me, not only me alone, for all of us. God loves every human being. I wish to commend the Vice Chancellor for her commitment to the progress and development of UNIBEN. Kudos and congratulations. Special thanks to my late dad, Chief Iyere and my late mom, Mrs. Mary Onoagbe, for their love and for inculcating in me and my siblings the fear of God when we were growing up. Your exemplary parenting impacted positively on our lives. My heartfelt thanks to Professor Iyere, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, for overseeing the promotion exercise that led to my elevation to the post of professor in 1999. I appreciate your benevolence and goodwill towards me. Thank you, sir. May God richly bless you and your family. I wish to express my gratitude to Professor Iyere, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, who appointed me head of the Department of Biochemistry from 2004 to 2007. Thank you so much and thank you. I want to especially thank all the staff and students, past and present of the Department of Biochemistry, for their contribution towards its growth and development. They include Professor Ojuku, Professor Wanse, Professor and Professor Mrs. Wadia, Professor Obi, Professor Osufon, Professor Okoye, Professor Yeneke, Professor Dr. Sákì Ẹ̀wẹ̀ká, Dr. Sẹ̀wẹ̀ká, Dr. Alaba Òṣùwò, Dr. Nẹ̀gbẹ́ Ẹ̀gbẹ̀mùsẹ̀, Dr. Òmùwẹ̀sọ́díà, Dr. Àbí, Dr. Àbú. My PhD, my former PhD student is so popular. Dr. Abu was my Dr. Mrs. Atege, Dr. Mrs. Sifo, and Mrs. Kolawole. To move the department to higher heights. I also acknowledge the great contributions made by our departed colleagues, Professor Osolase, Dr. Mrs. Iyere, Professor Onoagbe, and Mr. Iyere, to the well-being of the Department of Biochemistry in particular and the University of Benin in general. I pray for the repose of their souls and the souls of the faithful departed. My warm thanks also go to colleagues and former students in the Department of Medical Biochemistry School of Basic Medical Sciences. Professor Mrs. Iyere, Professor Onoagbe, who is currently the head of the Department of Medical Biochemistry, Dr. F. Olumese, Dr. F. Olupodun, Dr. K. Oriaki, Dr. Agboebo Oje, Dr. K.C. Agu, Dr. Anyoye, Dr. N. Eluehike, Dr. F. Omorowa, Dr. Aro Edosa, Dr. S. Orago, Mr. A.O. Osaje, Mrs. Pomosa Weka, and Mrs. Omomu Iyere. I wish to point out that 3 of my PhD students are members of staff of this department. They are Professor Mokwai and Dr. Olumese and Dr. Mrs. Iyere. I wish to acknowledge all other people who are present here. My acknowledgement is contained in the booklet. We will soon pass the booklet around. Because of the constraint of time, I'm able to acknowledge everybody. So, I must acknowledge my relations and my brothers and sisters. I appreciate my brothers and sisters. Ejayi of June Akira to Ijeye, Jonathan Osime Osezwa, Kenneth. Thank you all for your feeling love for me. I love you all. Finally, I want to thank and acknowledge members of my research team, including Professor Iyere Omokwa, Head of Medical Biochemistry, Professor Mrs. M. Nadro, Professor T.P. Prof. Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Niger Delta University, Bayelsa State, Professor Mrs. D.O. Adoreyo, Associate Professor Olumese, Dr. Iyere, Dr. Christopher Salami, Dr. Iseka Eke, Dr. Peace Biomade, Dr. Osimeme, Dr. Abu, Dr. Abubola, Dr. Iyere, Dr. Adebeki, Dr. Mrs. Enadege, Dr. Mrs. O, and now Nisoji Osimi, Sunday Ebengo is of blessed memory. It pains me because this is a research student of mine that has completed his research program. He was just waiting to defend when he died. May his soul rest in peace. Ebengo of blessed memory, Bankole Africa, Faithfully, Otibola Ile Egide, Ejo, Irina Yabo, Emmanuel Akitiyibi, Akin Egidi, Onomi Oboto, Inyoma and several research family, thank you for your love and goodwill. God bless you all. More collaboration between researchers in tertiary institutions in relevant areas of medicinal plant research. Suggestion of promising medicinal plants to clinical trials, more funding for medicinal plant research, incentives for researchers in medicinal plant research, creation of Department of Medicinal Plant Study in tertiary institutions in Nigeria and worldwide to raise awareness of the importance of medicinal plants in the medication of various types of diseases. Increase funding for ethnobotanical surveys for identification of efficacious medicinal plants. Conclusion. One of the keys to demystifying all incurable diseases is clearly medicinal plants. If properly explored and scientifically harnessed, along with the extraction, isolation, and identification of their active compounds, trophic ingredients, then they can be developed and formulated into cheaper and more accessible drugs for the benefit of mankind. There are also metabolic differences between animals and humans. Furthermore, the curative effects of our medicinal plants were observed in experimental animals that were forcefully made diabetic. In the real world, this disease occurs naturally in humans. For this disease, it is necessary that medicinal plants that have demonstrated curative effects in the animal model of diabetes mellitus be subjected to clinical trials to ascertain their therapeutic value in humans. Personally, I strongly believe that there is a medicinal plant for every disease on earth. Based on this conviction, I make bold to postulate that the combinational use of plant therapy and the knowledge from recent advances in gene therapy and gene editing will make incurable diseases, including diabetes mellitus, a thing of the past in the not distant future. Thank you.
Thank you. Please don't put your hands together for the inaugural lecturer. Thank you very much. I now respectfully invite the Vice Chancellor to give a recap of the lecture. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the lecturer has done justice to the title of the lecture. He described diabetes mellitus as a global disease that is characterized by persistent elevated blood glucose level and can affect all manner of people, whether beyond sleep or not. So far, there is no established cure for the ailment. Conventionally, diabetes patients are treated with insulin and a variety of oral hypoglycemic drugs. Aside from adverse effects, these medications are very, very expensive. Consequently, a number of poor persons resort to the use of medicinal plants for the alleviation of their diabetic condition. There are, however, no scientific information on most of these medicinal plants patronized by Nigerians who are diabetic. The lecturer and his team of researchers' efforts have tried to fill in the gap. Thus, the safety of the plant for the treatment of diabetes in experimental animals has been demonstrated, with results showing that medicinal plants exhibit anti-diabetic activities in animal models of diabetes mellitus. Some of the inherent anti-diabetic properties of these medicinal plants include reduction in blood sugar, reduction in lipid, and weight, among others. Observation show truly reversal of the diabetic scales by some of these medicinal plants producing curative effect. The lecturer has recommended that these medicinal plants, particularly those that are produced that produce a cure in the diabetic animal, are recommended for further scientific scrutiny, after which they should be subjected to clinical trials. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes my summary. Thank you. The Vice Chancellor will now decorate the inaugural lecturer. Please, we invite members of his immediate family to come off stage. Members of his immediate family, please come off stage for a photograph for the Vice Chancellor and the lecturer. Immediate family members. Bishop Professor Vincent Iyere, former Provost, School of Medical Sciences. We welcome the University Orator, Professor Mike Onoagbe. You're welcome. We welcome Professor Friday Okonofa, Center Leader, Seri, University of Benin. We welcome you, Professor Jennifer Ebebe. We welcome Professor Nosa Egafona. You're welcome. Professor F.O. Ekaise, you're welcome. We also like to make welcome Professor Moses Momo of the University of Benin. We welcome you. We welcome you also Professor and Dr. Mrs. Osifo, President Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. We also like to recognize and appreciate your presence, Professor Mrs. Henrietta Obo. We welcome you, Professor Mrs. Okeme. We welcome also Professor Charles Imarijaye. We also like to make welcome Sir Augustus Eibe. We also welcome Barrister Olaiwola Afolabi. We also recognize the presence of Prince Esemode Shaka Lomodo. We'd like to make welcome Mr. Emizen Amonde. Please, it's okay to clap for these people. We also like to make welcome to this place Professor Mrs. Gloria Osaido. We also welcome you very specially, Mrs. Osolase Courage. We also welcome you, Mrs. Eunice Ehijele. We also like to welcome Okoje Ehizoge Godfrey. We welcome Professor Babajide Elemo from Lagos State University. We also welcome Mrs. Edegba Margaret, Mrs. Oame Edegba, you're welcome. Mrs. Ehime Magdalene, you're welcome. Mr. Edegba Ogarase, you're welcome. We also welcome Mr. Christopher Edegba. We welcome you, Mrs. Zeya Momo. We also like to make very welcome Elder Isesele Onoagbe, you're welcome. Mrs. Miracle Onoagbe, you're also welcome. And we'd like to welcome very specially Mrs. Iyere. We thank you all for coming, and this is how we conclude this 269th inaugural lecture in the inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin. especially on the request of the inaugural lecturer, Honorable Gabriel Oyibo, and the wife. You're welcome. Please come put our hands together for them. Thank you. And also, we welcome Prince William Shaka Momodu. Please may we all now put on our standing. Vice Chancellor will lead his procession out of the auditorium. Thank you.